Man, I'm tired of working for other people, man. I'm about to make a switch to an entrepreneur. Who with it?
I'm most definitely with it. Listen, man, the powers that be don't want you to wake up and get out that everyday rat race. They want to make workers, not entrepreneurs. So you know I'm with it, man.
All right, so let's get to it. Go ahead and make this extra money and switch it over.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
What's going on, y'all? It's another episode, actually episode 6 to be exact, of Grind, Hustle, Live. We have some special guests from the real estate industry. We have my man Jay from Let Us Help You. We have my man Sean from Clarity Properties, and they're here to give you the real about wholesale real estate. Let's talk about it.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
You know, we all here to grind, hustle, live, because that's what we doing. We living.
Right.
We grind to get to living. So, I started Let Us Help You a couple of years ago. This is my partner, Sean. We met at a real estate event, and we just connected, man. This is my brother. You know, we bounced back and forth off each other's company, but we won. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we getting it done. We all on the same page, on the same team. And wholesaling is just pretty much selling properties at a discounted price. We're not realtors. We're not trying to see who the highest bidder and do bid wars. We want to offload properties quick as we can. Right. We're not going to go back and forward, but and it's about doing great business.
Right.
You know, it's this process. You find the deal, you find the property first. Once you find the property, you find who's the person on the deed, not the person claiming to own the property, who's on the deed, who actually is on the paperwork. So many people, oh, my aunt and my uncle own the house. Then you go and look everything up. They got the house in one of their kids' names. Right. So we got to reach out to her and get out to her. So it's a lot of steps to get to just getting who owns the property. Then once we find out who owns the property, then we make an appointment and go visit the property to see if we can, get a deal or not if they want to sell their property.
I don't mean to cut you off. Well, what I want to know is, like, starting from the beginning, like how you said how you get the property. Like, what's one of the first steps you do when you're going to look for a property? Like, what's the first process you go through?
I'll give you an example. My first wholesale deal was 800 George Street in Plainfield. My mentor who mentored to me, shout out to Tommy Holt Jr., he mentored to me, on wholesaling. So it was a lady. I went down to City Hall. That was my first step. Went down to City Hall. I got the tax list. So I combed the tax list. I said, dag, this lady's delinquent like 40 grand. I see the city about to take her house. Skip trace. Skip trace is when you look the person's phone number up. So I called her. Her name was Miss Mary Ann. Called her, Miss Mary Ann, how you doing? My name is Jason. I'm an investor in Plainfield. I see you having some problems with your house. Can I, come by and speak with you? She was like, oh, I'm working, but this house is driving me crazy. Ding, ding. So that tells me, oh, she's definitely interested in getting rid of the house. And when she said that, it's driving her crazy. So I said, I better get off. I said, I'm available any day. So she was like, she get off at 6. I was there 5:30 waiting. Went inside. The house needed some work. So I said, ma'am, how can I help you? Because if you want to strike a deal, remember, you're not selling like a vacuum cleaner or anything. You're solving people problems. Once you learn that you're solving people problems, you're going to do more deals. You're not coming in there. People don't want to hear what you're trying to sell them. They want their issue. They like little kids. Like a little kid wants candy. They want their problem solved immediately. Mm-hmm. So I said, I see that you're losing your house for taxes. She said, yeah, I don't have the money. I'm in a financial struggle. So I said, is there a mortgage attached? She said, no, but I'm, delinquent $40,000. So I said, what will benefit you? Let's talk. So she said, if she can get her taxes paid and walk away with 60 grand, that's great. So I did the math. That's 100,000 total all in. So I said, no problem, man. How soon can we close? She was like, I'm packed up, ready to go right now. So I said, okay, once the title come back, we'll close out. So what I did was I put a sign on the corner of South 2nd Street saying that I had a house for sale. Ton of buyers called me. Yo, what you selling? Okay. Send me proof of funds. What you mean? I don't want no mortgage letter saying you approve. I want to see a bank statement. You can either, cross out your number, but I need to see that's actually your account. So 2 buyers called me, like they had like 200,000. I said, well, I got this property for 120. Let's go ride by it. So I told her, I said, look, I need to bring my contractor in. We need to look at it. My contractor was my buyer. Me and him went and looked at it. He said, deal. Sent him a contract, assignment contract, closed it out 3 weeks.
Now let me ask you this. We did an episode with you previously, and we were at a property.
Correct.
I want to talk to the people that have never even heard about this industry. They don't know what wholesaling is. They don't know how to get into it. I want to simplify it down to, I want to take them to wholesaler or just real estate for dummies. Not calling y'all dummies, but just real estate. I want to simplify. So what is the first step that you have to do when it comes to getting into this industry? And then walk me through from the first step all the way to the last step. And then I want to know what Sean's hand in the business is to kind of bring that into what we're talking about.
Well, first thing is wholesaling is just contract A and contract B. You're assigning a piece of paper. You're assigning a legal document that you have the rights to assign. See, a lot of people grab, I'm signing this property. They don't even have the owner under contract. They ain't never even met the owner, but they took a picture of the property and they're marketing it. That's where you could get in trouble at. That's where you messed up. We saw what's the movie, Man Society? You done messed up. So that's where you mess up. When you marketing a property, you have no rights to. So you never want to be marketing a property that you have no rights to. That's number one. Number two is you definitely have to find out who owns it. Once you find out who owns it, number three is, do they want to sell it? Then you got to learn how to negotiate, because remember, the market we in right now is just crazy.
Yeah.
People are selling garbage for $400,000. Oh, but I got a new construction. It's worth $600. Okay, your house was built in 1902. Yeah. We talk about 2022. Right. It doesn't make sense. Right. So those are not deals. You're making yourself look like a fool, So you have to do the comps, and what comps are is comparable properties. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet versus another 3-bedroom, maybe 2 miles away, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,600 square feet. Not no house that's 3,000 square feet versus that's 2 different types of houses.
So comparable houses in the area.
2 miles away.
If all
from
these
the
sell for around 300,000, then that's kind of pretty much what you're comparing the price
yes.
to in the same condition of the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, this is to go over some things what Jay was saying, and even if you watched it, and sometimes we skip through videos, go back and listen to the long game, because what Jay was telling you is a long game. Sometimes we get stuck on points. Yeah. So the points that I just wanted to put out there for everyone is that the first thing you want to do is, like I tell a lot of people that came from my community, you in a pit of it. You live in Irvington. I'm just going to talk about my Pacific community that I know about. Irvington, you live in Newark, you live in East Orange, you live in that surrounding community. There's 1,000 abandoned buildings around you or houses around you. So that's the first key for you to be able to make money, especially if you're an individual that, for whatever reason, maybe might have strikes against you, your record, whatever the case may be. This is a good industry for you to enter because you can be able to do some things. So the first thing is your knowledge. This house on the corner been abandoned for 20 years because you've been around there. You grew up around there. You can be able to use that as a tool. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to use something called PopStream. PopStream is a tool that you can use to be able to find who owns the house. On top of that, it makes it easier for you because the trace skipping is what Jay was talking about. It already built in. You can pay an extra fee, and then once you put the address, you can pay to be able to do the tracing of. So what it does with tracing, it gives you email addresses that you can use to get in contact with the individual. Also, phone numbers you can use to get in contact with the individual. And the third thing Jay said, if you really listen, like when we first, and if you look at one of our videos on there, when we actually met with Jay, you got to listen. When I listen to Jay is you have to deal with people that have problems. If somebody have a property already ready to go, that means that it's already fixed from floor to ceiling. That is not your thing. You want to get a house that's messed up. The reason being is because it's going to have equity in the house, right? Equity is money that you can tap into to be able to make your profit and also make the seller a profit. So let's say if the seller say, hey man, I want to get this off my hand, it's a tax bill, it's a tax debt, whatever the issue may be, I want to sell it for 100 grand. You look, you go on PopStream, what it does, it do searches of the houses in the area and it tells you what the comp is. The comp is the comparable pricing, what Jay was talking about. So that can be 200,000, 300,000. He want to sell it for 100,000. Then you could tack yours on. You could find a buyer for 120, a buyer for 115. You could take your 15, 20,000, put it in your pocket, right? But the equity is what the person that's buying the house is looking at. They're saying, I could fix this house for such and such dollars, and then I can be able to sell this house for $300,000. So I buy from 115, and I can sell it for 300,000. They could put $50,000 or $60,000 worth of work into it, and they could bring it up to the market standard, like Jay say, a new construction, because what you're doing is rehabbing. So that's what you're doing. You're just basically being a middleman between the buyer and the seller. You know, and that's why I'm going to put a bunch of things up. Like PopStream is one of those things you can be able to use to be able to bridge that gap to try to help you out. And on top of that, the knowledge you already have in your own neighborhood, you can use that. You know, so I just wanted to drop that on you, but I'm going to peering back to Jay. But like I said, I just wanted to put that in there. Don't always skip through videos like this because it could change your life.
Right.
Sit there and listen, and you got to pick out the jewels. Sometimes things are not going to be hand-fed to you. And what we did was we seen a lot of people skipping over information, watching different shows, and, you know, people can get long-winded. And sometimes if you're not really structured to learn, you skip over some things and your brain might go over it. That's why I wanted to make sure with our show, I break everything down. I'm telling you, PopStream. I'm gonna post it up after the video and another link, all the tools for wholesaling. I'm gonna put up the contracts up there. My whole thing is called no excuses. The only excuse is yourself because you don't want to do better. When we ride with us, grind, hustle, live, we're gonna teach you how to do better. If you don't pick up the tools to be able to flow and get yourself together, that means that you don't want to do nothing for yourself. So every time in your life, something's gonna happen where you're gonna say, you know what, I had enough today. I'm tired of my boss yelling at me. I'm tired of my girl being ashamed of me or me not being able to provide for my kids. You gotta wake up. When you wake up, you can make the move for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know I woke up one day. Shells woke up one day. Derek woke up one day. Heath Troop woke up one day. And understand that working a 9 to 5 is not going to get us to where we need to go. So you create your team, you get up every day and you hustle. You know, so I'm going to bring it back to Jay. Let me go from there.
Go ahead,
Now,
bro.
Sorry to cut you off. Before we get back into Jay, I want to address Sean real quick, just to bring you in on your part of the business.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, Clarity Properties.
Okay.
And then we're going to basically tag team this whole thing together.
Yeah, so Clarity Properties is a company I started in my basement, trying to figure out how to get into real estate. What do I want to do in real estate? And I came across this term wholesaling. And me digging in, I'm like, all right, I get it. I got to find a property, I got to find a buyer. Easy.
That sounds simple.
Easy,
like
right?
That. Yeah.
Now I'm stuck. I'm calling people. First of all, I'm looking for what an opportunity is, and I don't know what that is yet. I hear people say, tall grass, look for the garbage cans out on, not out on garbage day, all these little things, windows, the house look like crap. Basically, look for turds in any area. So I did that. I'm calling people. People are cursing me out. I might have made 10 phone calls and I was discouraged. I'm like, I don't get it. So I just kept banging my head at that, banging my head at that, banging my head at that. And until I run into Jay, he did a few deals. I'm like, yo, how are you doing these deals? I don't get it. Like, how are you finding these deals? He told me something about auction.com. I really didn't know him too well at that time. He told me about auction.com and I'm just digging in. You tell me a little bit and I'm gonna go all the way.
You hear that?
So I'm digging in. I'm like, auction.com. I'm like, I'm looking, but these people owe so much money. I'm like, the deal don't make sense. How is this a discount when they owe the bank $400,000 for a $200,000 house, right? So that happened. So then I'm like looking for better ways of how to do this. I hear about PropStream. I hear about ListSource. So I start building a list on ListSource. Criteria is putting in
What is that?
So ListSource is a list provider. A lot of people use them. I mean, you ever get those phone calls? Your vehicle's car warranty.
Yeah.
And all these people go to these list providers to find people, and you could break down criteria. You could say who just bought a car in the last 5 years, who's owned their house for the last 10 years, or who's on a tax list, or who's just got divorced, whatever it is, right? So I start doing that. I get on my phone, texting people. I skip trace numbers first. Let me back up. I skip trace numbers, all for free. I ain't pay for nothing. This is all for free. List source you got to pay is small. I forget how much, but it's not a lot. I skip trace. A guy responds to me, said he's going to get rid of his house. In a few months, his mother died. I called Jay up. I'm like, yo, Jay, I got this property. He's like, yo, bet. We're going to go to the crib. We're going to see what it is. We went to the house. It was on Mr. Brown. Remember that?
Yep.
We went to Mr. Brown house. He was at a reasonable number. We made a deal. We moved it. We made like 25 grand on that deal. It was the first deal I ever did. And it was organic. We didn't get it from this person, daisy chaining that. It was straight us. So that right there, that whole process, I stepped back. I'm like, let me reverse engineer all of that, everything that just happened. And now I'm putting the plan together and fast forward. I'm going to find these properties. I'm going to go to Jay to dump them. So that's what I start doing. I just start digging dirt, looking for gold nuggets.
Became the chef.
Digging dirt. Just putting more information out there. I
And
hired
that was through the pop stream or
that was from Text Magic. You guys ever
Okay,
Text Magic,
okay.
right? I was just loading
so
information in there.
you were just going through text message and find
Just-
properties.
No, I was sending text messages.
text,
through there.
okay.
I found properties through List Source.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
gave me like, I might have had like 1,000 names of people under the criteria. However, I made it. I think I did like you owned your house for 10 years. I looked for interfamily transfers.
Mm-hmm.
That's when people die. And let's say I give you my property for $1 and you're my brother.
Okay.
There's a certain way that's listed on public record. So
Yeah, because you can't give away a property for free. right?
No, but also
gotta
when
be
it's in
for-
your
It gotta
family,
be something,
when
though.
it's in your family, it becomes an interfamily transfer.
Okay.
So you can look up criterias based on that, and you know you'll have 1,000 names, but somebody's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Somebody hit in this.
I know the name of that. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna tell you what it's called. The actual process. I know the name of it. I just forgot.
So then I just took that and basically built my company on it, to where I'm just finding properties out there by just throwing out volume. We get properties, go to Jay to dump them. So the way I look at our dynamic, I'm acquisitions, he's dispo.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of dispositions for long. We do a little bit of each other's roles sometimes,
Yeah.
but basically that's where we divide. I find them, he dumps them. And it works. And then what a lot of people misconstrued with wholesaling, like anything is wholesaling. You walk into a supermarket, they're wholesalers. You walk into Costco, they're wholesalers. Walmart, the biggest wholesaler. All it is you're finding things at a discounted price. People wholesale cars.
Yeah.
Everything could be wholesaled, right? You're just not paying retail for it. That's it. So you can buy multiple. So when it comes to real estate, people like wholesaling, like anybody could be a wholesaler. People think wholesaling is just assigning contracts. People are wholesalers that buy properties for low and sell it for high. That's a wholesale too. That's a wholesale transaction. So, you know, it's the process of doing the assignment transaction properly as a wholesaler, right? You're not a realtor. You got to understand that.
Yeah.
As a realtor, you represent a seller or you represent a buyer. But as a wholesaler, you're an investor. You representing yourself as an investor. So when I have a property under contract, I am the principal in that contract. When a realtor works with somebody, their realtor's name don't go on as the seller or the buyer.
Right.
They are the representative. So that's the main divide, and that's why so many people get in trouble, because they put a property under contract, their name is there, they're principal in the transaction, and then they go onto what, like Craigslist or whatever, online, Facebook, and they start say, hey, I got a property for sale, and they're trying to sell or advertise they're selling a property that they don't own. And that's where you get into trouble. That's where the NRA comes. Is it the NRA, the National Realtors Association, whoever that is? That's where they come in and say, nope, he's representing a buyer or a seller. That's illegal. And that's why Illinois is on smash. What other states on smash? They smashing all these states because
Philly.
everybody's running like the Wild Wild West. Like, I got a property. Who got to buy it? Who got to buy it? You have to be in a private network to do that. You can't be putting that out in the public because the Realtors Association owns that. And they'll crush you. They'll crush you. So you got to move properly. And when you start, you got to focus on one thing. Everybody got a way to make money. You could be out here making money so many different ways in real estate. You have to focus on one thing, get good at that one thing. That's it. Bill Belichick said it the best. Focus on the next play. That's it. Don't worry about the Super Bowl. The very next play. What are you gonna do next? What are you interested in? What market are you in? Go find a crap house. Go to these meetups. Tell somebody, yo, I'm brand new. I'm trying to figure this out. Just expose yourself. Be vulnerable.
So what year was that you
2019.
2019.
2019.
Oh, wow.
Fairly new.
This is
Fairly
fresh.
new.
Yeah. Oh,
This is fresh.
Now, I want to ask you this real quick, to both of you actually. You gave us some good information, and we're gonna get some more from you. But a lot of people have get-rich-quick schemes online, right? And they tell people, "Oh, listen, I'm gonna make you this. Just buy my program for $2,000, and you'll be selling the home in no time." I want you to tell people the ins and outs as far as for the roadblocks that you're gonna come into, and to see if it's really for them. Because some people just say, "Oh, it sounds like I could do that," but not knowing that it's not just peaches and cream. There's a lot of things that you have to go through.
Process.
So yeah, exactly.
process, right.
So tell
It's
us
a
what
process.
are some of the roadblocks that come in, and how did you get around it, pretty much.
And hold on for 1 second. Where the camera? All the cameras, look at me. Whatever one is on, where we at? It's not easy.
Nah, it's not.
It's not easy.
Not easy at all.
Nope, it's not.
Do not believe the gurus. They are lying to you.
Straight lies.
It is not easy.
I wish I had a cap so I could see cap.
You're going to hear no more than you hear yes.
Right.
The reason why I'm telling you guys this so you won't quit.
Right.
Because if you go into something knowing it's going to be hard, you're going to be like, yeah, Matt told me I was going to hear 100 no's, but that one yes is going to change my life.
Yep.
That's how it is. Right.
Because you see, and I just want to go back to him for 1 second. You see what he said? He said he heard no, got discouraged and was like, dang, I got to figure this thing out. So he went back to the game. He went back to the game plan. He went back to the drawing board.
Yep. Can't give up.
You got to work on it and say, dang, that ain't work. What I got to do here? And he understand one thing that we got to learn. This is for everybody, but I just want to talk about a culture of people, which is my people, that do not know how to collaborate sometimes. Collaboration. Sometimes we got a thing in the black community, and Derek, Shells, me go through this all the time. I'm like, I got you, bro. You don't got me. We fighting over the bill. Like, oh, come on, hold on. Even, I'm gonna call somebody off camera off. My man Cullen was trying to pay the check. He was like, I got y'all, thank you for. And my boy was like, no, I'm paying, man. You ain't paying for me. Fighting him over the bill.
Put his name out there. Say,
I'm gonna do it. Heath. It's Heath.
That's the video.
He told my man, he was like, yo, bro, this is a company write-off. I'm like, bro, it's all right. He was like, I don't care, man. We gotta learn how to chill, man. Because he could have sitting back and looked at Jay and be like, you know what? Let his ego get the best of him. Like, dang, man, I don't want Jay to figure it out. Like, Jay moving all these properties. I don't want him to look down on me and be like, I can't move them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my thing over here. But Jay would have lost out on bread. He would have lost out on money. So he said, you know what? I know Jay know how to get to the seller. I know how to get, Jay know, I know how to get to the seller. Jay know how to get to the buyer.
And that partnership wouldn't have been together.
So we're going to work together to be able to get this money. You got to look to your brother on your left and your right in order for you to be successful.
Gotcha. Can't do it by yourself.
Nah, don't even try.
It's not going to
try.
work like that.
Pull yourself by the bootstrap. I want y'all to Google that. It's not real. You got to read the whole thing. It's impossible. Your bootstrap going to pop. You need somebody, a helping hand to lift you up. No matter who you are. If you was a president of the United States of America, a CEO, you need somebody to give you your first shot. That's all I wanted to say. I want him to go back to that. As far as like, before we go to Jay, tell him about the formula that you had, that you was like, you know what, I got to go back and tell. I just want you to tell them how you felt when you heard all them no's. Because they need to know that so they can be experienced in it before they do it.
It's probably somebody going through that now.
I felt
too.
crazy. It broke my confidence. And for one, I didn't have no money. Told you I'm sitting at home in my basement. I'm home on disability. This was like my first year home on disability. No real money, and people are telling me no. And I'm trying to fake it till you make it, right? But you can't. Some things just, your mind, there's that little voice in your head that just keeps breaking you down.
Ego killer.
It's almost like I want to pull that voice out because it's too negative. Like, go chill over there. You got to just feel like shit and do it anyway. That's it. You just got to keep pushing. You're going to get no's. You're going to get no's. People going to curse you out. People going to make you feel like you're crazy. But when you get that one person that was stuck, maybe they sisters and brothers all arguing, and you their only hope at getting out, because these sellers, some of these homeowners, they don't have a network like we have. Like that time I didn't have a network, but I did have Jay, so that's my network. But they don't have that. So they're looking at this house looks like crap. I don't have the money to fix this. These taxes are killing me. My brothers and sisters are supposed to help me. Nobody's helping me. And you give them a call, like it's almost like you came from God for them. And yeah, you helped them. Like in my situation, yeah, I helped someone get through a situation like that. And you know, we did wholesale the property to another buyer, and we did make some money. But the relief on this woman's face, I mean, she still calls me to this day to talk about the transaction. And so many people call me like, that means that right there, when you get that, all of that negativity you were thinking is going to be erased. It's going to make you feel complete.
Okay.
You'll feel complete. You feel like, man, I'm putting value out here on the streets for these people. And just like we need people, other people need people. So you just got to reach out and see, you know, you're going to call 100%, 95% of the people you talk to don't want to work with you. There's only 5%. And you got to dig through all of that to find them. All of that. You're going to get people that want to sell. Yeah, I'll sell my house today, but they want to sell for retail. They're not for you. You're not their buyer.
I want to sell my house for $1 million and it's worth $200.
Yeah.
We ran into it
all day, all day. But you got to get with the person that talks your language. Yeah, I need to sell, and they're reasonable number. I'm going out to look at the house. Even if I can't make a deal with them, I'm gonna go out and see what I could do.
Yeah.
Because they're reasonable, I'm reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's hard to come across. But the gold nuggets are out there, and people are finding them, and people are getting money, and there's a lot of money getting passed around. And you outside like, man, this looks like crap. I'm in the hood. This looks crazy. Money's getting passed around. It's all around you. You just don't see it because you're not putting yourself out there. Go get in the middle of something. Just keep putting yourself out there. Exactly. Do the work.
Yeah.
Like my man Max Maxwell said, you're only one deal away.
That's it.
And I'm going to tell you this because I keep it real. I was in pre-foreclosure myself because I was laid off from work from them being racist. So me moving around, like he said, out here on the sidewalks, moving around, meeting different people, me bouncing. I had this older guy that I know, Richie. He was like, yo, Jay, man, you ain't bouncing no more. I said, I'm doing real estate. He said, what you doing? I said, I'm wholesaling. Man, we call that bird dogging back in my day. I said, okay, what you got for me? All right, I got this building for $2 million. I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you get this building sold, I'm going to give you $150,000. I said, what? I'm thinking about my bills, everything. So I said, how much again? He said, $2 million, you're going to get $150. Let's put it on paper. Put it on paper, people, when you're dealing with millions of dollars. Okay. I said, dang, I'm going to move this big 60-unit building. It's in 2018. I'm like, I'm moving around, trying to find a buyer. Then I said, hold on. Same method. 60-unit building for sale. Call me, cash buyers only. Phone ring. My man, he actually knew the guy, said he buys properties. Me and him met, we sitting, had lunch. I said, let me see a proof of funds. I said, I got a building for you. You own the building? I said, look, bro, I ain't got time to waste. Let's be real. Do you want the building or not? Put it together. Guess what? Out of pre-foreclosure. Made that $150,000. That was the first time. And I made that money in 4 weeks. Some people don't even make that a year. 4 weeks. You know how that was for me? That was like the Super Bowl. I'm 150 racks. In my hand, you know. So I'm just here to motivate y'all. you can do it. But if you give up and tuck tail and go back, you know, my job, I got a little Pro Master Ram. All my old coworkers, yo, man, he worked for Amazon and all that. He back working for Amazon. So a couple of guys called me. I said, I'm going to mess him up because my boss hated me. When I bought a BMW, he ran down the stairs. What did you do? What did you do? I'm like, what? He said, you're not supposed to own what the owners drive. I'm like, huh? I work every day.
I remember
he
that,
said,
yeah.
He said, you're black. You don't know how to save money.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm boiling.
Yeah, talk about that
Ready-
process though.
Boiling. I'm ready to. I'm like, no, calm down. Relax. I said, cool. So they took the training truck away from me. Moms got sick. They fired me. Told me I'd never be nothing. They'll see me working for Clayton in a little while. Oh, you'll go to the other concrete company. You'll be over there. So fast forward to now, when they call me, oh, yeah, you're in the Amazon truck. I said, I got something for them. Is everybody in the yard today? They said, yes. I said, I'm on the way. Pull up in a new Range, right in the middle of the yard. What's up, y'all? You talking about the hate? He comes out the office again. You know this private property. You don't work here no more. But is that a new Range Rover? Yes. It's mine. Costs 100 stacks. And guess what? I thank you.
And we thank
Because you
too.
did me a favor.
We thank you.
You lit a fire under me to show me that I can and I will overcome what you try to put me through.
Back against the wall.
So we're here to inspire, man. We inspire people. When we pull up, he got a nice car. We feel like straight legends because guess what? People think black people do bad business.
Yeah.
So we hang it high on our wall that we got to do good business. We superheroes out here. We helping people move down south. They might be in foreclosure. We had a family dispute. The girl sick the pit bull on me. She's like, we don't want you here still. I said, look, ma'am, I don't play them games. Get him. Boop. Knock Kojo out. He's like, oh. I said, fall back, cuz. I'm going to make this house sound. You know, so we out here getting it done. You know, we out here. And you can, yo, I'm just want to motivate y'all. You can do stuff in life. You can start off with trucking, real estate. You just got to get out here and take action. If you sit at home on the couch, guess what? You ain't going to make nothing. No. A broke person is a lazy person. It's too much money out here for you to be broke.
Yep.
Too much.
And let me ask you a question, right? Because you know he has his Morals Mondays. We was talking.
Yes,
it was
sir.
like they was like, oh my God, you paid $20,000 on your girl ring. Oh, you got a payment plan.
Oh, give
How
more
you do
content.
this?
Give more content.
How you
Give
do
more
that?
content.
Oh God. And you know, Shells, he dropped the bag on his girl ring. So you know he left me in the wind. You know how he do. You gotta watch this guy. He left me flying in the wind like a flagpole. It was all right. And I was
know
like,
my information. You know what I'm saying? He offered the information. They ain't got to know mine, though. I didn't want to, you know what I mean?
so I'm like, the first thing I said, I was like, man, the first thing I thought, but you got to watch how you talk because some people will automatically disengage from the message, right? If you say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So the first thing I said, I was like, nah, I didn't have a payment plan. I was like, you know what? I use my mind. See, what happened is that you down on me because you saying my girl wanted more. Right, and you that's what it is. You scared that you cannot provide more, so you like, why she wanted $20,000? You should invest in real estate. You should do this. You should. Yeah, but your mind is there. So if you got a woman, that's why I told even with Derek, lady, that's when you have a woman that wants more, she elevates your mind. Because before, she said, I want a $20,000 ring. What happens if you really want that woman? You start thinking, say, damn, how can I get $20,000?
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes from damn, that's a lot of money to how can I get it?
Right.
And it elevates your
It
mind.
motivate you
Right,
like that.
right.
That should motivate you.
Then
You
I
have
looked
to
at
do to
and I
get
looked
that.
at things that I didn't even know. I said, you know what? Damn, I started looking at certain things. I'm like, I worked at Kmart. I worked at Target. I worked at Costco when Costco wasn't even really Costco. And I said, shit, you know what? I got all them stocks.
Exactly.
You know how much money I had sitting in the cut from them stocks? And the dividends that I was not collected from?
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people see everything you do builds your life. You think that you work them little jobs, but you don't even know about 401k plan that you get in dividends, and it's just sitting there. You don't even know you even have it, right? And on top of that, I started spending my mind even more and say, you know what? What is $20,000? What is $30,000? It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. You get
Run the
sick.
play.
You get sick. They want to charge you
Simple as
80
that.
off the back, 100 off the back. Somebody in your family gets sick.
Yeah.
You have to expand your mind. So I just wanted to bring it back to this. Where did your thinking go when you made that 150? Cause you think making 150 in one pop? I know
heard
you
what
probably
he said. He thought it was
I
the
know you
Super
probably
Bowl.
thought it was like, then it's impossible. But then when that check hit your hand, you said, "Oh shit, this ain't
Onto
nothing."
something.
Yeah.
I said I can go and do that 10 more times.
Yeah, rinse and
That's
repeat.
what I said.
Rinse
you
and
know?
repeat.
My wife married me on unemployment because she knew I was a lion. Because she knew I was going to make sure she ate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no job. She was like, "Oh, you married somebody without no job?" She said, "I'm telling you, this joker go out and get it." Just like when I played football, I was an All-American. Yo, run the ball behind him. He going to make the play. That's how life is. Is you going to make the play or you going to lay down in the grave?
Right.
You got to make the play. Right. Run the play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I run jokers over. I'm coming through. That's why on my page it say Juggernaut. My boys in the hood used to call me Juggernaut. We got to the situation, Juggernaut, what we gonna do? I ran the door over. We up out of here. That's how life is. Run the play. If you don't run the play, guess what? And you sitting there looking in the mirror and your life ain't according, it's your problem.
Yep.
You
And
did
look-
it to yourself.
And look who he
Can't
surrounded
blame
himself
nobody.
with. Another lion. See,
Exactly.
it's a saying that an old head said to me way back in the day before he was unpopular. He said, "Watch your circle because they might hurt you." And that's not always violence. Your circle will hurt you because if nobody else in your circle want more, guess what?
You ain't
gonna want more.
right?
Because the one thing about negativity spreads faster than being positive.
Cancer, bro.
You could be the one positive dude in the group,
Cancer, bro.
and you like, we gonna go get it, we gonna go. But if everybody else in your group lazy and don't want to go get it, you gonna stop wanting to go get it.
Right.
It don't work the reverse.
You ain't gonna have no motivation. Like, you ain't gonna have no drive. You ain't gonna have
So
nothing. Like,
from your girl, don't just get a girl because you feel comfortable. You think, oh man, she don't want a lot from me. No, you want to go get somebody that want a lot from you because guess what? Even if you and her still break up today or tomorrow, you could take the drive.
She inspiring you to grow.
You could take the drive and the inspiration for you to do more and be more. So if she requiring certain things from you, you're gonna start changing your mindset and be like, damn, I want to go get that.
Yep.
When I seen Jay and I heard Jay talk, I said, "Damn." Ask Jay. I said, "God dang, this crazy." I listened to everything he said. Went to put on my phone, typed it in there, and I went and got it.
Took action.
absolutely.
It's no surface. Stop always looking for the surface handout. Listen to, and that's why I'm saying the thing I'm saying. Listen to what this man is telling you, because there's jewels in there. I'm gonna help you mind it. I'm gonna give it to you. Take it. Become a lion. Go make it. Because you could do other things in your life. You don't got to work from a 9 to 5. You don't got to work where you got to deal with conditions where they being racist to you. They treating you less than.
Tripled my money.
Just a number.
Tripled it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's make a transition. All right, this part of the show is called Grind Time with D.
Grind Time with D.
So, you know, we talked about, the successes, the ups and downs, you know what I mean? So what I want to know from both of y'all, like, what I want to know is, like, name a time, and y'all coming up, name a time where, like, y'all did the most with the least you had to turn your grind into a hustle.
I kind of already answered that, but I want you
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. But I
So you
wanna
can
know,
live life how you want to.
Yeah, but I want to know, like, a low point you was at, you know what I mean, to make you, like, until you, like, just to get it together, like, before you got to that spot right there.
Right.
I got one already.
Go ahead.
So I think we had about 4 to 5 deals in the air. Contract signed. We had about 70 grand. No, we had about, it was like 70 grand a piece with all those deals, right? So like $140,
Yeah.
right? And I was broke. I didn't have nothing. I was down south. My wife wants to do this. My kids this and that. And, you know, I'm the man. I've always been the provider in my household. You know, my wife don't work. It's just always been me. So that burden to provide has always been on me. And I was in the red. I'm spending on the credit cards. I'm like, yo, please, God, we need one of these deals to close. We're having a problem here. We're having a problem there. We had a flood in the basement in another house. The buyer was acting crazy. And it all felt like I was so close, but I was so far away. And my anxiety was up. And I ain't really, and remember, with me, I got a quick temper. So if my anxiety's up and you say something wrong to me, I might, overreact. So I'm trying to prevent that. And I'm like trying to find balance. And it sounds corny as hell, but I started getting into meditation to try to just balance myself. And the premise around meditation is just clearing all the thoughts out of your head, right? That's the basics of it. There's so many different ways you could get into it, but clearing them thoughts out of your head so you can find balance. And like, a week later, close. Another week, close, close. Everything was just closing. Bank account was good. Kids got whatever they wanted for Christmas, and it was that point in my life where I realized like there's things that you cannot control, and you got to learn to accept that. And that's what I did right there. I just found my balance, and everything fell into place.
Beautiful. That's dope right there. What about you, Jay? What's up?
Yo, man, just to have to, like me, I did the wholesaling too. I still do it, but also I'm a general contractor and I'm flipping houses. So I done flipped like 6, 7 houses. I had like 4 houses going at once. And I'm like telling people like, yo, it's doing good. I said, bruh, I got to kick out 12 racks every month in mortgage payments. They're like, what? I'm like, cuz, I got to kick out 12 racks in mortgage payments. So I got like 4 houses going on right now. And all right, we slowed up a little bit with the closings. So I'm like, dang, forget it. I'm going to go in there and tile myself. I'm going to go in there and demo this house. Yo, y'all got to get laid off for a minute, bro. I ain't got nobody to pay. Let me get Lucille out. Got Lucille out. Let me get Henry out. I took a whole 4 out. Poop, 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 poop. Called some jokers from Front Street. Yo, I put it in the dumpster. You know, I saved myself $5,000, $6,000. So whatever situation you get in, just resort back to, just take action. Sit back and plan your next move, then move ahead. You know, so I offloaded that. Then we got them big closings. Then I was able to bring in the team to finish everything up. You know, so just stop. Always. But I ain't give up. I ain't tuck tail. I ain't go to crying.
You rolled up your sleeves and got in there. Right? Yeah, you rolled up. It gotta be.
Yo, why you think I got these Timbs on? If you go to I'm on the sidewalks. I've been on Tracy and Newark and all that. I'm moving properties wherever. I done been to Patterson. I went down to Trenton to look at a 300 unit. They like, yo. I said, I called for a kite. Like, bro, I'm touchdown in Trenton. Who down there? All right, I need to see this 300 building. Went by myself. You know what I'm saying? Just be real.
Keep moving.
You can be real in South Carolina,
Stay active,
North Carolina. Yeah. Just be yourself. Yeah. That's it. We all men. You know? My number one slogan is, this is what I want everybody to remember, play fair. There's enough money for all of us in this room. Right. If I had a deal, he getting 10, he getting 10, he getting 10, we all getting 10. That's cool. Don't be like, nah, I know the dude first, so I need 20. Come on, guys. No.
People counting your pockets.
No.
They don't want to see you doing better.
That's 10,000. We come from jobs. Yep. That's 10,000 I ain't had yesterday.
That blue collar.
I'm cool. You know how many hours I gotta work to get 10,000? You know what I'm saying? So if I gotta sign some paperwork and give Matt, give Sean, if it's only enough, we all get 2 G's each. Cool.
We've done it.
We'll do it on the next one.
We've done it.
But guess what? Long as it's coming across the table. If a deal don't go across the table, we all lose. Yeah. And that's how we should operate in life. Yeah. Greed is a disease.
I like that.
It sure is.
I like that.
You know what I mean? It's a disease. You ain't going nowhere but backwards. Because you're going to burn relationships. Yeah. This game is about relationships. Man. I never sent this man an agreement. Yo, we got an agreement for 10 G's or 20 G's. We done had hundreds and thousands. Bruh. My job is to make sure he ain't going back to work. His job is to make sure I ain't going back to work. It's to make sure his wife and kids is good. My wife and kids is good. Anybody who around me is going to win. Me and this man go to the gym. I keep him. Look how you done lost weight. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I got a lot more to do, though. I got a lot more to do.
But let's come together. If we can come together, we could change the world.
Absolutely.
They don't want the man to lead, but the man has to lead. Yeah. When I come to something, my whole family come. When I show up, my wife is a police officer. Yeah. Somebody was acting up next door. Oh, his wife a cop. When I pulled up, it was like Mufasa pulled up. I said, yo, what's going on? Everybody. She said, well, I'm the one with the cop. I said, yeah, and I'm the champ. Yep. So we got to be leaders in our community, leaders in our relationship, be men.
Right.
Not no simp. There's too many simps. That's why the world is going down. We need lions. We need hyenas. We need men to stand up, take care of their families, take care of their household, be men.
We need the alpha energy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Alpha energy.
That's it.
Don't be afraid to mess up. Put yourself out there.
That's for everything.
Everything.
You know?
It's going to be ups and downs.
It's going to be ups and downs.
That's part of it.
Now, and one thing, because you are swimming down, brother, you know what I'm saying? I respect it, but the bear is still jacked
back
up.
Back at it.
Listen.
Do me a favor, man. Give me that bag over there.
Listen.
Give me that bag right there. Yeah, right. It's the perfect time to do it, man. Let me see my bag, man. Cause I can't see this, man. This is crazy, man. I can't. I got something for you.
Oh,
We don't get a deal with this company too. Let me see if I could. Hopefully I brung it, man. Let me
You see the sponge? You see his little spongy brush in there? My boy got the Shamal Moore spongy brush in
That's
there.
for my hair. It's for my hair. Did I? I thought,
You got the little sprit spray in there too?
I thought they had it, man. Where's it at, man?
forgot.
Oh, then I know I ain't forget it, man. Oh man, I think Nia took it out the bag, bro.
Damn.
Let me see if I can find it, man. I thought I had it up in here, man. Don't tell me she took it out of here. Dang, shit. Oh no, I got it. There you go, man.
What is that?
There you
A
go,
little
man.
add-on.
Hair building fibers, man. Hair building fibers.
Now, everybody. He's giving me this, but he knows that he is the number one candidate.
It's brand new,
He
man.
hit the corners before he came up
Brand
here.
new, man.
He hit his corners. He hit his corners before he came here.
Look,
He the dude with the cardboard spraying his corners before he walked here.
I'm gonna post a tutorial because you turn to the side for us. Just to the side. See it? Look at that, joint crazy, bro. It's all hair up. That's crazy, bro. There's no hair there, dog. There's no hair. That looks crazy.
Let me get a wash rag and wipe the corners. We gonna see where he got hair.
Ain't that right? I'm good.
He got the Batman
I'm
signal
good.
on his
So that's what I'm
hairline.
gonna do. I don't even know how you say that. Topic?
Yeah.
That's the topic, yeah. Topic hair building fibers. We gonna get this. We gonna put this in Cheryl's beard in the next episode, and we gonna get a deal. You go put that right there.
Yeah,
There you go,
That's a
man.
high item right
There you go, man. That's a high. See? There you go. That's a high item, man. I hooked you up, bro. That's like $40 right there, bro.
You need it more
I
than
got
me.
you. No,
I can see your brain on top of your head, boy. Stop it.
I'm good, yo. I'm good, man. There you go, man.
But now, before we end this thing,
I think you gotta get it back.
I got his ankles. Last time. He owed me one for the ankle joke. So I'm gonna let him slide on this. He owed me one for the ankle joke. He ain't like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he got me like this.
right.
Now, before we leave, y'all said a lot of good things here. Yeah. A lot of inspiration. A lot of a lot of stuff that we can take and basically apply inside of our own lives.
Right.
What's the last takeaway that you want to give to somebody that's watching you right now? Both of y'all want the last takeaway.
Pretty much that, in life is when they say life is what you make it, it's 100% true. Because a lot of people ain't believe in me. They told me that you wholesaling. People call me all the time. Yo, the port is hiring. This person is hiring. I said, bruh, I don't want to work at the port. Oh, the port make all this money. I said, guys, I'm making $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year. Why I'm going to go work for somebody else telling me when to punch out and come in? And then you know what? You know what's the greatest thing? My kids tell me they love me working for myself.
Yeah.
They said, Daddy,
more time.
you're a better person that you don't work for nobody. I said, Dad. They say you could come to my games, you could get up on your own, record, everything. That's what they told me. Yeah. So I said, I'm
you're
doing
the
it
master
right
of your
there.
own fate. So you don't got when you go home, you don't go home with that issue, that animosity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing I wanted to talk about before we finish closing out, because I'm gonna be able to go him last. Yeah. One thing I wanted to go over is that what I found out, because I was listening to the gurus, and what I found out was false. I just want to go over the fix and flips hard money loans, because what I found out. What they didn't tell you, the gurus, I ain't gonna say all, who on there, you go into your little things, what they leaving out important information. You need that money up front, and you get reimbursed after you do your drawers.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
They never say that. They always say, take out a hard money loan, interest, da-da-da-da-da. But they never tell you, that's why wholesaling is important, so you can be able to come up with some of that money so you can front some of it, because you're going to need to do the demo, the rough plumbing, rough electrical, and then they give you a drawer. Yeah, can you just go over the how many drawers it is and how that works for us, please?
I'll be real quick because I know we got to wrap this up. But it ain't going to tell you, if you don't have no experience, you're going to have to come up with at least 18 or 20% down of the purchase price, which can be anywhere between $68,000 to $80,000 down. Then you're going to pay interest payments at 10% a month. So you're going to have some money. If you want to get into the game, you're going to have at least 60, 70,000. My advice is to partner up with somebody who has experience so you can get a lower rate. Right now, I'm doing 9% on my loans, but I do have to come up with my own money to start the projects.
Yep.
You're going to need at least 10 or 15 grand. You can set the draws up according to how fast you want to get the project done, but it's how fast you lay the money out. Then they're going to reimburse you back, but you're not going to get all your money back because there's going to be a fee for an inspector who's going to take out $500. If you're supposed to get back 10, it's going to be $9,500, so you won't get your whole 10 back.
And you said it's 4 drawers, right?
You can set them up the way you want it. You could do 5 or 6. They don't have a
depends.
penalty on that.
And like, what can you just go over the name or something? Like, I know the first one is like demo, rough plumbing, rough electrical.
I'll give y'all a nice little gem. I make my demo a little higher to get out of projects. I'll make my demo between 8 and 9 grand. And what I'll do is I'll get some guys do it for 3, but I'll take the rest of my money. I'll get the plumber $2,000. I get the HVAC $2,000. I give all the skilled laborers a deposit so they can start their stuff. So then when I'm coming on my second draw, they got their plumbing in, they got their rough in. Then it helps you move faster. So that's my process. That's how I do it.
Oh, so what you
When I'm
do is
flipping.
you do a little bit more. So when you do the second draw, it's not so much of your money.
Correct.
It's more of the hard money
Yes.
loan than your money.
Yep.
And then on the third drawer, that's like closing in the walls and
The sheetrock and everything else. Yep. I make it leverage for me where I'm gonna kick out my money that one time just to get that one draw, and I'm gonna give everybody a deposit to start their jobs, and I'll make their numbers real high so I can reimburse myself and pay them when I kicked out.
Now I want to see if this is true. One of the gurus was saying that they cleared the deal by putting a deposit at the back end as the last fourth withdrawal.
Every company is different. You can't do that, but some companies won't allow it, some will. So it's all depending on what company you do
The
the
hard
deal
money
with.
lender.
Yep.
All right, great. And
Yep.
You want me to build on that or?
oh, you could build on that and you could close out.
Yeah, so for the hard money lending, in the beginning, it's going to be like what Jay said. You're going to have to put money out. But when you get your experience up, that's when you get into the game of being able to close on a deal and having all the money to do the process you need to. You don't have to call for draws. But that's also a graduated step. Also getting into private money. Hard money is, if you speak to any real estate investor right now, they do not deal with these low-level hard money lenders. They deal with, either they have a hard money lender that gives them all their money, they don't have to do draws, or they got a private lender that just gives them money and wants a certain return on the money. But that's where you build yourself up to. But you can reach out to Jay, Matt, anybody to get this information. But you got to start small, and it's going to be hard. And don't spend your last $50,000 getting into a deal. If you have 70, max out, get into that deal for 50. Keep 20 in your pocket so you could deal with the miscellaneous things you're going to need to deal with and have money for. At least get yourself through the next 4 months. If shit hits the fan, at least you got some of the work done and you can sell right there at that point and at least close out on the loan and get out and get your money back.
And what do you think about, and the last question is, what do you think about when people fix the house, refinance, put the money up, and then sell the house? Do you think that's a good exit strategy or no?
That's a nice strategy.
Repeat that again? Repeat that?
What they do, they fix the house, they refinance out of the loan, and then they sell the house.
Yeah. Sell the house for more.
For more than more they refinance out the loan for.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. You know, I see the refinancing thing working good when you want to keep the house. Like, you find a house, like, let's say you find a rental, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like shit. You got it for a real good price. And you use the hard money loan to get in there and fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
And now you put so much value in it as you just made that equity boost. You can keep that. You could flip out of that hard money loan, refinance into a conventional rental loan, and keep the property. You're basically selling yourself a house at a discount because it's not going on the market. It's not none of that stuff. Or you could cash out, take some of that equity, and still keep the house. It all depends on what you want to do. But I see that strategy working better if you want to keep it, because if you're gonna fix and flip, you're gonna sell out the loan anyway. You really don't need to refinance because you want to get out the loan. Period. You had it for 4, 5 months, 6 months. Now you want a retail buyer to come in there and find that big mortgage house loan to pay your bank back and let you keep the change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I see that strategy.
It's
working
more than
better.
one way to skin a
Yeah.
cat, but
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all on the next episode. I ain't gonna tell y'all what he's talking
And there
about.
will
I
be
know
more
what he's talking
episodes.
about.
Yeah,
That's
there
gonna
will
be
be
on
more
next
episodes.
episode.
We're
I ain't gonna tell you.
We're gonna have more episodes.
Yeah, let him close out.
Let you close out. Yeah.
What was the question you asked before?
Just something. The last thing is basically, what is something that the last thing that you want to give somebody who's watching this that wants to do what you do?
Be careful who you listen to, because that will have you going in so many different directions you lose yourself. You really got to block a lot of noise out, shiny objects out. Find one person that's killing it. Study that person. Somebody you can actually talk to and communicate with. Study that person, see what they're doing. Yeah, you're going to be studying a lot of people, seeing what they do, but find somebody, a player in your market, and study them. Add value to them. However you got to do it. When I met Jay, I didn't ask him for shit. I ain't asking for nothing. I just provided value. He needed a contract, bro. I got you, because I brought my previous career experience into this game. I used to work for UPS and the Union and Local 804 in Long Island City. So dealing with business is something I was used to. I applied that to this business. He needed contract done. You need to figure this out. You need to find that person. You need to do this. You need to done for free. I ain't asked for nothing. But what did that do? When I found a deal, I ran it to him. We made the bread. He don't hesitate. When I call him, he does not ignore my call. When he calls me, I do not ignore his call, because we provide so much value to each other. When you become more and more important, it's hard to pay attention to everything. So my advice is be careful who you listen to, man. Control your circle as well.
Say no more. Say no more. Well, we appreciate you guys for coming here. Jay, Sean,
Yeah.
y'all
Yes.
gave some game. Y'all gave some
Legendary show.
inspiration.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
I mean, we're gonna have to have you guys up here again, because it's too
It's
much.
too much.
It's too much for one setting. So we want to go ahead and basically close this thing out. We thank y'all for watching again. This is episode 6 with my man Matt D, Shells, and my guys here, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate
appreciate y'all.
y'all. We signing out.
First you find your grind.
Then you turn it to a hustle.
So you live life how you want to.